Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you everybody for watching. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and a tuned eating expert. I want to thank all of you who left me comments on Monday's video about how it was helpful and felt like it was ringing some bells basically around the function of unconscious eating and really some definitions of it, so you can work through some of the unnecessary shame about the idea that you should be blaming yourself for unconscious eating. We're human beings. We check out for all kinds of reasons, under, over, and everything in between with our food. And now we just want to talk a little bit more about digging into the function of it. So we talked about some working definitions, and today I want to talk about the function of not being conscious. Not being conscious of what we're doing sometimes just comes from a lack of knowledge, a lack of information, basically just ignorance and kind of going with the flow of whatever we're doing to feel less bad or less scared or whatever. And being unconscious is actually something that we have wired in our nervous system to help us get through really, really overwhelming circumstances or emotions that we don't feel like we have the capacity for or the resources to get through. So that's another really piece of information we need to hold on to, is that we don't ever come to unconscious under or overeating as this is going to be a great tool. I'm so excited to be using this. It's something that happens, and that eventually somehow by some grace we wake up to I think I'm eating and I don't really know why. I don't think I'm hungry. I don't think I'm full. I don't think I'm really full enough, but I'm stopping. I don't even know why I ate this. I don't even like this. We get some kind of wake-up call that we're doing it. And again, we basically check out or get unconscious because something is above our capacity or resources to be present to or cope with. And now we just want to understand, okay, so what is this and can I be with it? And start to build our tool belt and start to build our capacity. And usually we build our capacity through being in relationship with relatively safe others. We learn how to feel sensations and see them as information, not as a threat. We learn some stuff, we read some stuff, we basically ride the waves of the emotion. There's all kinds of ways that we grow capacity to not be unconscious under or overeaters. But I think the first step today is recognizing that it isn't the worst tool in the world, but it's a limited tool because there are often consequences too. We just don't get our needs met fully. Food is under or overreaching for food never solves the root cause and issue. And we were just doing the best we could with the resources we had until that we know better, and then we start putting these other things into practice. So just want to give that as a reminder to you all that if you're struggling with unconscious under or overeating, and you understand that it has a function, and that your next step is to get curious about what that function is, grow your window, basically grow your capacity, grow your window of tolerance for life, for stuff, and then you'll start to find that you have options and you have choices. And that's what builds your capacity, what builds your feelings of competency, your self-worth, your self-confidence, that you don't need food under or overeating for every feeling, and that your feelings aren't the threat. It just feels like that from the past. So I can go into incredibly deep detail about this, but I don't want you to have to watch a 2-hour video. So we'll just keep throwing little pieces and glimmers and little pieces to kind of digest and ask more questions from me about. So it's really important. It's just really important to take this at the pace that you can take in and digest, and then keep learning and keep being compassionate with yourself. It's super important. So again, I'll see you in Friday's video. We'll talk a little bit more about some specific things you can try to do to be less unconscious. So I will see you in Friday's video. Bye for now.